Let me roll. Let me roll.
You
Yes.
copycat. I did it first.
I
Shit,
did.
do
I
a
did
festival.
purple though.
Let me turn off.
5.
Good job.
Oh hey, I got red dice. The irony.
Praise.
Trees.
Trees.
Let's see what Haza would have gotten.
Wait, I can do it. I can do it.
Do it.
Can still have access to a sheet.
20d1.
Okay. I just. Oh. Hey, apparently Modern Warfare 2 is coming out October 28th again.
Indeed.
You know what that means. Prepare for the most toxic lobbies in all of existence.
I mean, that's just every Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Modern
Heyo.
Warfare 2 is a special kind of toxicity in my heart.
The classic, yeah.
But you know what's not toxic? This D&D group.
Oh.
Immediately throws up on the desk.
You guys want to go ahead and get started then?
Yes. Slash
Yes.
me is ready.
My
I
body
need
is
to feed
ready.
mid first, real quick, so I can be
Oh.
toxic and ruin your joke.
Wait a minute.
And
I'm one
blame the
half of a
supports.
group that's known as toxic on fucking wrestling.
Slash me throws up on desk.
Be me. Be toxic. Throw up on desk.
Anyway,
DM.
hello everyone. Welcome to Dummies and Disasters, The Curse of Strahd. I am your wonderful DM CG, ever present with my wonderful players. Say hello, wonderful players.
Hello,
Hello,
wonderful
wonderful
players.
players.
And I will keep doing that joke only when Haza is not here, because I know he loves Dimension 20. But, yeah. How's everyone
do.
doing?
I'm excited.
I thought we all died.
Nope.
What? CG asked a
Awkward
question,
silences.
but nobody answered it.
Nobody speak up at once.
Part of me died. It's in my hard drive. My music.
Oh, poor Wiley.
Mirozak.
Good news is the finished product is done, but I
Hey!
wanted to well, like all my stuff's on YouTube, right? So it's at least saved there.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to like make loopable versions and stuff, you know.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I understand that need.
Separate intro from the actual loop, so if people wanted, they could use it for Roll20 or video games.
The amount of like work I've had to do to make a lot of my songs work in Roll20 because of the need to loop is really difficult. It's not
The trick
difficult,
is-
but it's like it's
The
very and a
trick-
lot. Go ahead.
The trick is to write in a little pause so that you can bypass that awkward skipping that some things do, like for looping,
Mm-hmm.
because it's not always a perfect loop, right? So
Right, and it's very easy if you can find like a perfect spot to splice it in. But there are definitely a lot of instances where, you can splice it in, but it either involves perfectly tethering it to the absolute perfect note, or there's a noticeable blip.
that's why I specifically wanted to make separate files for that,
Yeah.
make
But-
it easier.
Speaking of music, let's put some on as we enter into the game.
The game.
Put on the Phoenix Wright music. Oh,
Heck.
Deep
heck.
within the lands of Barovia, the mist tells a story. Hope the cleric, Vile the paladin, Gray the fighter, Dagon the sorcerer, and Choggy the monk entered into the dilapidated manor of Argynvostholt. In their exploration, they encountered a Dusk Elf, Savid, with a message for the party that Casimir, the Dusk Elf leader, had need of them. Sending Savid on his way, the party traveled into the disused structure, and after encountering some spiders, found a strange, wispy being that brought them to an undead paladin, Vladimir Horngar, who was adamant that Strahd was in a hell of his own creation, and that he should remain in this hell, regardless of the collateral. The party, against the idea of subjecting the rest of the valley to Strahd's rule, stood in opposition, and a fight broke out. The battle was dire and brutal, with Gray doing his best to convince Vladimir to stand down, but to no avail. When everything seemed dire, it was the emergence of a large, ghostly dragon that brought a pause to the conflict. Now we return to a tense standoff. As everyone on the outside, consisting of Choggy, Dagon, and Gray, look onward, the dark blue flames of this draconic apparition appear to be emerging from within the house. It seems as though almost like it grows and continues to reach a majesty that was there once before but missing now. Those of you inside of the house can see at the core of this large body of blue flame the small wisp that you had been escorting, held aloft in the hand of one of the knights that had come out to fight earlier. He looks as though he is being bellowed by the flames that he is in, but seems unfazed and unharmed. In fact, all of you inside of which are in the same boat. You can feel wind and presence within this blue flame, but no harm. Most notably, the rest of the knights seem to be in a bit of a stupor. Almost as though they're recognizing something. Vladimir himself, still holding his blade, you see it go slack at his hands. The ghostly visage seems to shrink, and the fire kind of recedes further and further as the knights begin to leave. Until only Vladimir remains, as well as the one knight from before, still erupting in the blue fire. Do you see it now? Hope says. Vladimir, looking at this, turns and returns to his seat. He slumps over. The light was never gone. You just couldn't see it. This moment, the knight from before walks up to you, Hope. You're wasting your time. Come, let us reunite you with your friends. As you wish. He begins to kind of escort you down the various stairs. Eventually, you are brought to the outside. Gray, Dagon, and Choggy, you watch as your comrades are escorted out along with this individual who introduces himself. I apologize for the rude encounter. My name is Godfrey. Godfrey Gwillem, member of the Order of the Silver Dragon.
Gray, who is very, very wounded after the fight. Is the Wisp still there?
The Wisp has now, at this point, been following Godfrey and is kind of hanging out behind him.
Got you. Gray will kind of step forward. Well, we certainly appreciate your help. He kind of like begins rubbing at probably his shoulder or just various parts of his torso.
Godfrey looks over to the Wisp and then back to you. Please, allow me to at least mend your wounds a little.
I won't say no to that.
He is going to cast a first level Cure Wounds on you.
Okay.
Oh, poor roll. 6.
Hey,
But
that's still
it's
6.
6 more than you had.
Yeah, I was about to say. 6 feels good right now.
What would you like to make a religion check on, Hope? Go ahead and make your religion check.
Could I jump in on this too?
Yes, you may.
Thank you.
While they're doing this, Gray is going to use his bonus action for Weapon Bond and just bring his sword back to him. His weapon just kind of appears in his hand, and he puts it back in its sheath.
Right? Simple enough. Whoosh! It appears back in your hand, and with a few swift movements, you return it.
I will cast Cure Wounds on Gray.
Oh,
See him.
7 more than I had. Thank you.
Hey. Actually, hold on one second.
Godfrey is also going to. By the way, you have access to Choggy's sheet, yes?
I do. I just don't have it up. Hold on.
Actually, I'd like to do something if possible.
Well, let me finish mine first.
Of course.
And we'll also get to the religion checks in just a moment.
I have it up now.
Okay, because he is going to cast Cure Wounds on Choggy as well, because Choggy got fucked up.
Yeah, Choggy is worse than I am.
Yeah.
10 healing to Choggy as well.
Okay.
So, Hope and Dagon. You have never heard of any undead using holy power before. It's not unfeasible, perhaps, but it's certainly, if it does exist, it's very rare. You don't know of any known examples.
Peculiar oddity. A very peculiar oddity. Speaking of which, hey CG.
Yes.
There is something I would like to do with the first 2 Cure Wounds that were cast.
Uh-huh.
I'd like to give them a little bit of empowered healing, if possible.
Okay. I will roll... I will re-roll the... I'll definitely re-roll the one for Gray, because that was terrible. So you get...
I get 2 more.
2 more points of healing.
Thank you.
I didn't know if anybody else wanted to do that.
Choggy definitely could use
Right.
it.
Okay.
Wait, was Chalky the one that
Choggy went down as well.
Okay, I know that wait, was that the second crypt the second no, not the second, but the third cure wounds roll was?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 10 was for Choggy.
Alright.
And then the D8. I'll do a reroll just in case. One more point for
Hey!
Choggy.
Choggy feels 1 point better.
Yeah.
It's not much, but it's honest work.
He will feel 10 points better as I lay on hands. For 10.
Hey!
I wasn't going to say anything, but yeah, Choggy was rough. Even with like that, aside from that 10 points, Choggy was still half at what I currently am now. After healing. So he definitely needed that.
Hooray for support.
But
as you kind of as Godfrey kind of walks over and performs healing, you get a better look at him. He is a definitely gaunt individual with deep gray skin, broken and damaged chainmail, but you can see once, just by the design, was once regal and splendid. As well as deep red eyes with deep black eyes with red irises. A startling feature, but understandable given their nature.
Gray will take a step closer to Godfrey, and he will begin to remove the card that was in his headband. You're the one Madame Eva spoke of. The Paladin.
I am that, yes. Perhaps one of the last few real paladins here. And then at this juncture, you notice that the wisp kind of floats behind Godfrey and then floats on over to you, Gray, and kind of sits in front of you.
Gray will kind of palm the wisp again and kind of smile a little bit. It's good to see you're all right, friend.
It kind of floats on over to your hand, but you notice as you kind of hold your hands out to kind of catch it, instead stops, and you see the blue flame from before emerge as the image of the spectral dragon appears once more, much noticeably smaller this time. Whereas the size of the dragon was almost the size of the house initially, it has shrunken down significantly. It is now about the size of a cart. And you hear it speak. Adventurers, welcome to my home. I am Argenvost, and I regret to say that I have been a terrible host.
Gray kind of pauses for a moment, kind of in awe, and he will go, "No, it is quite all right. You weren't the bad host. Speaking of which, what befell Sir Horngard?"
He is where he sits always. He has returned to his point of rest.
I don't suppose there's anything to be done about that.
I am not sure. I wish for nothing more than to be at rest, as well as the rest of my order. But something is keeping me here, alive in a sense.
idea what that may be?
I don't know. I suspect it was what brought us low, the falling of our order. Sure, you can go ahead and roll a religion check, Hope. Well, it appears to be a ghost of some sort. You might not know the specifics of it, but it definitely seems to be, between the spectral energy around it and lack of a corporeal form, a lost soul or unresting entity would be your best guess. Ghost. With that religion check, you would not know. Arkenvoss continues. Our order was here before Strahd arrives. We were to protect anyone who needed it, service the light of good, go where needed, strike down evil, feed the innocent, everything we could to help. When Strahd arrived in the valley, he was still human, and did not take kindly to some of the locals, several of which were sending both the native people of these lands and others that were chasing him. We took to protecting the locals as we could. And of course, that put us as an enemy of Strahd von Zarovich. Even with my might, as in my old form, the power of my order come to bear. It was a long and arduous fight. Many victories on both sides, but we lost eventually. I was struck down soon after the rest of the knights.
Gray will speak up, and perhaps we can help each other. We seek to end Strahd's tyranny on this land, and in doing so, hopefully we can help you find rest.
Argenvoss kind of, as he's not mobile, he's not what I'm looking for. He's not stationary. He is at this moment just kind of floating around, as well as looking at the state of the house and coming back to you, and then looking at the damage. What has happened here? How long have I been gone? Turns back to look at you.
Is he addressing the giant hole in the wall?
Yeah.
We're unsure. It was like that when we arrived. Spiders had taken up residence in it, large ones. We've since cleared them out, though.
Weather takes more from me. It takes from this house little by little, slipping away, fitting parallel. And as you see, Argenvoss' form shrinks a little bit more. He floats back to you. I don't know if this is what is needed for my knights, the death of Strahd. I feel it has a part to play, but something else is amiss. I can't remember what it might be, though. My memory is fragmented, ethereal. I see flashes wrapped in blue flame, much like myself. There and gone again. You know what it's like? Feeling your entire being slowly drifting away is a serene horror.
I don't know what that's like. But I hope that perhaps you can help me understand.
It is something I hope that you never understand, brave warrior. But it is not my place. It is not the time to talk of such things. I have limited time after all.
Limited? What do you mean? How much time do you have?
I don't know. Soon I will be not much more than what you found me as. Small, incapable, a muted voice, crying for those that I once cared for. And at this point, at this juncture, he's gone from the size of a carriage. He is more like the size of a small horse, and shrinking further. Know this, traveler. I don't know what is the cause of whatever hell that we are trapped in. But I do know why we are here in the first place. There is something in the mountains. Something dark. Something that predates Strahd. If you go there, you may find the source of all this misery. Or you may find nothing at all. But a frozen corpse. I do not know. At this juncture, though, all I can do is ask.
Gray will bow before the dragon. It shall be done.
As the spirit shrinks further until it is little more than the wisp that you saw before, and even then seems to drift up and backwards into the house. Godfrey at this point is kind of watching it as it turns and returns inside. He says, "My lord Arkenvost is, at his nature, gentle, loving. He does not know why we are upset, why we do not rest, but I do.
Perhaps you can fill in the blanks then.
Come, I will show you instead." and he begins to lead you around the back of the manor to the left, where the large tower stands.
I fucking knew it. I knew that tower was weird.
God damn
I
it.
fucking knew it.
As he walks, he says, Godfrey says, Lord Argynvost was among the first to fall amongst our order. He was overwhelmed by Strahd's forces. Mighty as we were, mighty as he was, struck down. But we were able to reclaim him, put him to rest. He deserved that at least. Before the mists rolled in, anyways. He kind of walks through the gate towards the cemetery, which you do notice that several of the graves are undisturbed, which, for what this place is exceedingly odd, but you are happy nonetheless that some people in this location know rest. He walks on over to the tower door, and he takes out a small key, opens it up, and he walks inside. Do you follow?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree.
West.
Inside, you see a large staircase, actually. Very little else. He begins to walk up. 1 story, 2 stories, 3 stories, until he gets to the top. And as you all reach the top, you see what looked like incense, fineries, old weathered flowers. And amidst all of this, it seems to be encircling the centerpiece, a large skeletal dragon. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Okie dokie.
Signs of a funeral.
Natural 1.
I got a 10.
Damn it.
A
Nine.
5.
Fucking
You know
wow.
what? I'm gonna do something.
Ow.
I'm gonna do
You
something.
don't- You don't need to worry about it.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm. 2 of you passed, and while the other 2 are kind of looking at the funeral arrangements, File and Dagon, you look to the skeletal structure of the dragon. A plaque that simply says, Argynvost, friend of righteousness, protector of humanity, friend. And as you take a look over the skeletal structure, you notice one key important thing. There is no head.
That... Not right. Where is Argynvost's head? If you don't mind me inquiring.
Sighs a little bit. It wasn't long. We were like this for a while. Arisen, unable to die, unable to move on. Argynvost was with us then. He kept us together, even in death. Even though Vladimir wanted nothing more than vengeance, and many of the others followed, Argynvost was a comforting presence. until several years ago, our manor was attacked by strange creatures. I can't remember what they were, but they were were responsible for the damage to the house. And they were responsible for the desecration of this site and the removal of my lord's head. It was at this juncture that what little peace remained in Vladimir evaporated. Vladimir is a good person. He was a good person. His passion and drive are what drew us, along with Argenvost, to join the Order. But with the loss of Lord Argenvost, all of that drive and passion went towards hatred. It was like a poison spreading through this house until they could think of nothing else. He lost his life. We are all lost. It is our sad eternity.
Gray will approach Godfrey. We will fix this. You have my word.
You say this, but it doesn't feel like you've lost sight as much as he has. Godfrey kind of looks over to you, Hope. I don't know. Perhaps I have simply chosen a different emotion to fall into instead of hatred. And which is that? Godfrey at this juncture just kind of looks to the side and remains silent. Sure. 15. He's hard to read. He looks back to you, Gray. Please, do not think ill of us. Do not think ill of Vladimir. He is, as we said, lost, but just. He cannot remember anything. He cannot remember the positives. He can only remember the misery in Strahd. And you see Godfrey kind of look over to the direction of Castle Ravenloft. You had a card earlier, I believe.
We were, yes.
Why did you present it to me?
Gray kind of pulls the card back out and looks at it. Kind of thinks for a few moments. Every one of these cards has led us to someone who can help us on our quest. Just seems right, I guess. And he'll kind of gesture to hand the card to Godfrey.
He'll take it. He'll look at it and ponder. A quest to free these lands of tyranny.
Yes.
Restore hope to the people. Give them life. He returns the card to you. It is a noble cause. One I would gladly lend my blade to. But I cannot. Not now. As we are bound to Vladimir by our oaths. So long as his hatred guides us, we cannot disobey him. Not to the extent that you would appreciate and make use of. He believes that Strahd is suffering. He believes this to be a just punishment, but he does not think of the people. He does not think of the misery to others. And I do wish I could aid you on your quest. But I cannot go against my oath to him.
You've done enough already. We thank you. Now we have our next objective, and hopefully soon, as I think my friend Hope would put it, we shall return the light back to this house and to Vladimir. And they'll kind
Hold
of
my friend.
exchange a glance to Hope.
Hold, my friend. And he looks over to you. Argenvost mentions the place in the mountains. But that is not where our curse lies. It is only what he thinks it lies at. Perhaps it is the circumstance in which I am situated, but I remember enough details. I think I could direct you to where it was taken.
May
What is this place
Sorry.
in the mountains? Says Hope. Godfrey looks on over to you, Hope. It is a place, a temple of some sort. That much I know, but beyond that, Argenvost shared little. He mentioned its existence and its dark power, but he made sure to avoid specifics, lest it creep into our minds. And then he looks back to you, Gray.
May I, insight him?
Sure, what are you inciting?
This is more Tart being paranoid than Gray, I think. But now that he's like, yes, don't listen to the dragon, listen to me, I'm a little suspicious. Tart is
Sure.
a little suspicious.
Hmm.
Natural
Natural
one.
one.
Wow.
Twice in one night, baby!
Yep.
I don't like this.
I believe every word he says.
Without question.
He is actually going to incite you on that, though. He's going to incite you, inciting him.
Wait a minute.
Roll a deception check
That's illegal.
to hide it.
You know what? I don't think I will.
Okay. So he will succeed. He will notice as you kind of cock an eyebrow a bit at him. You doubt me?
No. Just... Why... Above game, I'm trying to put my words together.
Okay.
I don't doubt you, it just seems... odd. What is this place in the mountains if not where those who ravaged the house came from? Gray is not necessarily doubtful, more confused, I should say.
Lord Argynvost is wise in his ways, but as you saw, he is fading. His memory is not what it was. He thinks of the mountains because he knows it as a place of evil, but his mind can only think of the ancient times, can only remember the ancient times. It is though he has slept for a long time and has only recently come back to his senses. Myself, however, the other nights we have never slept. Not since we arose once more. And so, I remember more than he does. And I know of these creatures, and I know what direction they went. They were humanoid looking, but disjointed. They moved strangely when they attacked the house. And while the mountains that Argynvost spoke of, they are to the southwest. These creatures returned straight south.
And he said this attack was a few years ago, yeah?
Yes.
May I make any kind of check to see if I can determine what creatures he may be referring to? If I've, like, heard, like, myths or anything about him?
Sure. Go ahead and roll a history check.
6.
Unfortunately, you have no clue.
Doing hot on the old dice today.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm just gonna real quick.
Do a good old refresh.
Yep. Oh right, I need to fucking like fully exit the game because of the music. Hold on.
Oof.
It's fine. Please continue.
There was a river south of here, and I believe a settlement as well. I believe that is where they went.
Just based on my knowledge of the topography, do I know what Salmon he's referring to?
I sent you something.
Yes!
Mm.
Above game, that makes Tart very happy. Gray will just kind of look at him and go, Southwest. Perez.
I believe that was the name, yes.
And just a reminder for me above game, Brez is in shambles, isn't it? It was completely destroyed. Or at least close to it.
Go ahead and roll a history check. It should be in your notes, but it has been a while,
is-
so
Yes, I found it.
A
Brez was punished by Strahd. They defied him. He turned the town completely into marshland.
you see him kind of looking a little forlorn in that direction then. Another grave.
Appropriate.
One for those poor people.
We will make sure that the sacrifice was not in vain.
I know not what you'll find there, but I wish you the best of luck.
He then kind of turns and looks around to the waning daylight.
The encounter you had with Vladimir earlier, it has taken a toll upon you all. I would like to make an offer.
Oh.
Vladimir's anger and those of my fellow knights are not personal. With my guardianship and guidance, I could find you a place in Argynvost to spend the night, recuperate your injuries. It would be safer than if you were on the road.
Gray will kind of turn to the group. I mean, I know I would appreciate the rest.
I wouldn't mind it.
I agree.
I could use a nap, said Joggy. You see him kind of holding up a thumbs up, but it's like all bent and crooked.
Buddy.
I am fine. So, does everyone want to take him up on his offer?
I'd like to.
There should be enough beds in the old servants' quarters. They're far from the damage done to the building, so the weather should not get to you, and they should be relatively well maintained.
As he kind of guides you down to the bottom of the tower and back through the courtyard. He brings you into the graveyard, which has an adjourning door to the inside of the manor. You walk inside and you enter into a familiar location, a chapel, with 3 knights currently kneeled in front of an altar. And as Godfrey walks in, they do nothing, but as soon as everyone else walks in, they all slowly begin to rise up and draw their swords until Godfrey...
Old brothers, these are guests of Lord Argynvost. They are to be cared for throughout the night and sent upon the morrow.
And the knights, almost in unison, just kind of.
Then best you depart in the morning, lest our hospitality run thin.
And Godfrey just kind of waves you over and back to one of the rooms you saw. It's definitely very cramped, especially from when Dagon and Chalky were exploring it earlier. But there are enough beds.
Be safe here. You have my word and my sword. No harm shall come to you this night.
We thank you, Godfrey.
And at this, he kind of steps into the doorway and assumes kind of a defensive stance. Much similar to the kneeling knights from before. With their swords in the ground, he too stands, his sword outward and pointed, as though ready to be drawn. What do you all do?
Hmm.
Is there like a desk that I can like write something on? Not write something on the desk, but write, pull out paper and parchment or pen and parchment
Yeah.
and write something. I'm going to write a letter to Irina. Or not Irina, Esmeralda. And just
Okay.
kind of inform her of what the plan is. Like, hey, just so you know, we're going to Berez, currently staying Argynvostal, blah blah blah. Hope you're doing okay, blah blah blah. And then I am going to tie that note around Kego's foot and send him off.
Okay. Where are you sending Keiko?
Did she leave Velaki when we did? The last time we
You don't
saw
know.
her? Okay.
She only told you that she's going to keep on the trail of her master.
I'm gonna send Kago to Van Richten's tower. And if she
Okay.
isn't there, then to just come back.
Okay. We will learn the results of this in the morning.
Mhm.
Is there anything else anyone wants to discuss? Okay. Now here's a question. Does anyone keep watch?
I think Gray will definitely keep watch. If for nothing, then probably having trouble sleeping.
Okay.
Dagon will take a watch too, just because.
Hope takes a watch as usual.
You can take turns, yeah.
Okay. Who's up first?
I'll go. As again, Gray will probably have trouble getting to sleep anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
Hope and Gray. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
9.
Oof. Well, at least better.
I'm
15.
getting better.
You're just building up your power levels.
Yep. Very tired. He took a few wallops.
The night begins to encroach as the rest of your party bunks down. Gray and Hope, you stand along with Godfrey, keeping vigilance. It is a little eerie. Less so for you, Hope, as you are very familiar with this, but Godfrey is almost unmoving, similar to you when you take watch. Meanwhile, Gray, you are, fidgeting and kind of cleaning your armor, anything to kind of keep awake and vigilant at the same time. And it's not gonna lie, it's a little concerning to see the other two members so stoically adept at this. But watch ends without incident.
Okay.
Who's up next?
Yep.
Hope and Dagon, go ahead and roll a perception.
You got it, Chief. $14.
And Hope. There we go. 22. As the night continues and you take up watch, you hear fluttering on the outside of a winged creature of some sort. And then a little more and a little more. Dagon, you look outside. You don't quite see anything. Hope, you also look outside and you see very little. But Hope, as you kind of turn back, you notice that Godfrey's head has turned, notably, in a direction. Doesn't seem to be towards the sounds, though. Okay. Dagon, as you kind of return, you also see that Godfrey has moved and something seems to have kind of drawn his attention.
Dagon will kind of look up and go, "Everything alright, Sentry?"
He has moved. I suspect he has left tonight to feed.
The look to the land.
Indeed. I believe he makes his way towards Velaki tonight. No, he has passed it. He is heading to Kresk this evening.
Dagon immediately thinks back. Who all do we know in Crest? Currently.
I don't know. Who do you know in Kresk?
Sorry, guys. I'm having to look back at my Strahd notes, and I've got like pages of it. Crest.
I think in terms of Kresk, the most that we know were I mean, obviously we met a few of the townsfolk, but I remember that Ismark sent soldiers to the Abbey, which is near Kresk. But in terms of people who are in Kresk, we don't know too many of them personally.
Hey, you guys didn't actually spend a lot of time in Kresk itself.
If he's gone near Crest, the only reason... There's not a lot of reason to be there besides the Abbey itself, but the Abbey has been abandoned since its master passed on.
I cannot say for sure, but I believe that this is simply a nightly visit from him. Not unusual.
That you're able to sense him and his movements.
We all can. It is part of our curse. We cannot forget him. We can never even know that he is simply out there. We always know where he is.
Keep us updated on his movements. It is valuable information. And Dagon will kind of, go into a deep prayer to his god. Kind of just he'll close his eyes, but he's not falling asleep. He's just going into a very deep prayer. And he'll kind of just speak in the tongue of the church. While probably for like a solid 5 minutes. Whispered, but basically asking for protection and all that, but most importantly asking for kind of a guidance for
Why? You have
the
the
next
cantrip.
day. Ha. Basically just praying for wisdom, so to speak. Before his watch ends.
Okay. Fael. It's your turn. You and Hope, roll me a perception.
For
22 again.
consistency.
At this juncture, about 5.5 hours. Fael, you begin to get up for your watch, and then you notice that you have both Godfrey and Hope watching over you, and you're like, that's good enough. And you just go back to sleep.
Yeah, you got this covered.
Hope. As the night continues, Godfrey, at this juncture, has stopped kind of keeping tabs on the location. But as he is looking outwards, you notice that he begins to slump. He sits down, no longer as stone sentinel as before. Instead, he just kind of curls up on himself and he puts his head in his knees. an extra. This is probably about another hour and a half later that this occurs, so about 7 hours. Okay. Hope you reanimates, and you see Godfrey kind of in this position. Are you all right, sir? He looks back to you. Apologies for leaving my post, and he kind of gets back up and shakes himself. I'm all right. What led to stepping away? Seeing your companions, it's reminded me of my companions. As they once were. It is hard sometimes, but I like to keep that memory alive as best I can. You still hold on to that past, don't you? He kind of gets up and he looks back to you at this juncture. It is something that I don't think the rest of the Order understands. Certainly, he doesn't. Godfrey just kind of looks to you and just deeply inhales. No. The past has not meant much to him for quite some time. I don't think the past is anything that they can even comprehend anymore. You do your Order service by keeping a hold of what they have lost. I can't do much, as bound as I am to my oaths. As bound as I am to this tired flesh. But that is something I will not let die. I refuse to let the memories of joy die. There are many things that he has lost sight of. He makes it out like the light is lost. You just need to look for it. Tell me, do you still travel? I think we saw you once before.
On rare occasion, Vladimir catches wind of a ally, someone in service of Strahd. His anger takes holds, and he sends one of us out to the trail, that his vengeance might be done. Perhaps his boredom relieved.
Have your travels taken you to the Abbey?
No. Kresk is almost too small for his eyes for Strahd to leave followers, spies. Even the Abbey, not much that I know of it. Vladimir has never sent me there. He has never sent anyone there.
The Abbey's lands are covered in snow, cold, isolated. Even what went on there was terrible. Yet, hope reach. Okay. As you reach into your pouch, you pull out a familiar rose. Even in a place like that, beauty can exist. Thrive, even. He walks on over, kind of slowly. You hear the clanging of armor. He just kind of looks and stares at the flower.
This is beautiful. Think like something like this could still be grown in lands such as these, where even the soil seems hostile and dark.
The one who produced it, she is like you. She is like me. She is dead, put together from parts, given life somehow. Yet there is a warmth about her that is very alive. He kind of thinks about it for a moment.
Is she performing as well as this rose? Live, thriving.
She had trouble once. She left that place, but we were able to save her, and now she is back to her old self. And the reward for those efforts is before you. He just kind of stares intently at it.
Do you care for this individual? For such a beautiful gift to be given to you?
If I didn't, I wouldn't have fought as hard as I did. It came with its costs, but it is worth it to have her still alive, well, tending to her flowers.
Caring for someone is a power in and of itself. One that can perform miracles even in these lands, or curses, depending on perspective.
You still care, don't you? For them.
They are not themselves. They are not the gallant men that I knew. It pains me every day to see them like this, enslaved by anger and hate, discarding everything that they once protected. Perhaps that is what we were talking about earlier. They cannot remember that sorrow and hate are born from the loss of joy. I can still remember joy we shared as brothers.
He kind of looks up.
And more.
Hold on to that. I hope you reach out and he permits you to touch his chest. Okay. Go ahead and cast Mending. You see a little bit of the damage done to the armor begins to recede. Some of the rust kind of fall off it. You can tell that there's some damage that's been done to it that a simple spell won't be able to repair. It is very thoroughly damaged, but this does help. May it be the spark that keeps the light alive, even in the darkest of places. He nods solemnly. Where is he now? He has returned to Castle Ravenlofts. The sun is coming up, and though it is not what he fears, it is still something he tries to avoid whenever possible. I worry for the town. Can you sense anything from it? No. I know not but Strahd. Your fears are valid, yet I would surmise that they are unneeded at this juncture. Okay. You spend the rest of the remaining hour in silence as the sun begins to arise, and everyone wakes up having benefited from a long rest. So, it is at this juncture that you are all awake. I would like to ask, what is the game plan?
Perez,
Yeah.
I agree.
All right. Godfrey looks to the rest of them, or to the rest of you.
You are well rested then. Please, allow me to escort you outside.
You all walk to the front entrance. Godfrey remaining on the inside of the decaying ruin of Argynvostel.
Please, restore my lord, that he may be put to rest. I don't know what it will do, but very least, he deserves rest, if no one else is willing to sleep.
And with that, he kind of closes the double doors and retreats inside. You all step away from Argynvost. Turn to Foliage Woods. He is surprisingly good company.
Hmm.
Gray is silent and he walks on.
Man, it does feel good to be able to get a proper night's sleep. Oh, it's fine. Comfy beds, but could use maybe an extra pillow. Hmm.
What does it say that I feel like I have more in common with him, Basilica, than the living?
The cloth, Hope, not a philosopher. Hmm. That reminds me. While they're walking, Dagon will kind of go low tone on this. They can keep track of Strahd. You know that, right?
Of course, I watched him all night.
Where the lord of this land made a trip to Curse.
Kresk.
Crest.
And maybe somewhere else. He gave up his watch near the morning. It seems you bring up old memories.
Hmm. Anything to jog the old noggin. But anyways, you thought that there was apparently a feeding time. Of course, it could be that, but anybody have any ideas why the Count would want to visit,
This land is his playground. It can be any manner of unspeakable things.
point? You do bring up a good point. Still,
There is one possibility.
that is...
Allies.
Who would he have left? I mean, granted, I know there's tons of things. We've been cutting through a good chunk of them for quite some time. The cult, the, the wolves.
The research at the Abbey.
The oisistemia afflicted.
He has some control of beasts, does he not?
To a degree, yes. It looks like we're going to have to deal with them. I knew we should have put them down. Oh god. Maybe Esmeralda was right. And he kind of looks up and looks around and goes, none of you tell her that. Okay?
That actually is a very good question. Did Kago ever come back?
Hmm.
As you look off into the sky, you see the fluttering of very well timed. Yes. The fluttering of your skeletal familiar return kind of land on your arm with the message that you tied still attached to its talon.
He'll untie it and put the message away. Thank you for trying, anyway, old friend.
Ah. And he kind of nuzzles you a little bit.
He'll give Kago head scritches.
Aw.
That is odd.
You know what? Think about it. I'm gonna actually unravel the message and take a look at it. See if it's
Okay.
been edited at all.
Smeared.
You pull out the note. It is the same as you have left it.
Okay. I light a fire under it. Is there any like hidden messages? I'm fucking around. Ignore me.
Check for invisible ink.
Drink your Ovaltine. Good pull. Good pull. But Hope does say, there was a fluttering sound against the windows last night. I thought it was Kago, but apparently not.
I remember that. Yeah, I was too busy trying to talk to the guy.
Well,
It didn't go well, did it?
It was a decent enough conversation. Besides, main objectives were attained, got rest, got a prayer out. Should be good. In the event, how is everybody holding up? Gray? And he kind of looks back. Joggy?
I am fine. Choggy looks over to you, Dagon. I'm feeling less exploded today.
Gray has a couple new bandages around his torso. Sore. But alive.
You're gonna be alright there, Mr. 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 Strasny.
I will be once we get that skull back.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
That said, I have a weird feeling about this all.
Oh, come now. So long as we stick together and not do anything too rash, we'll come out quite. And Dagon kind of. His face kind of drops a little, but then he kind of gives a little smirk and goes, we'll come out ahead of the situation.
Dakin, I'm going to actually punch you. Please do not.
What? I'm trying to be humorous. I thought I did quite well with that.
He'll crack a small smirk at Dagon and keep walking.
See?
He was willing to write off the feeling in the mountains. While it might not be related to this, I can't shake the feeling that there is some value to the dragon's fears.
I mean, a cursed land literally ruled by an immortal despot who has access to powerful allies, capabilities that go far beyond the normal, and was able to slaughter an entire holy order with a silver dragon. I mean,
You think too small.
pardon.
What he was talking about predates the Lord of the Land.
The mist.
Or something more.
Look, if there's something even bigger than him, I'll be shocked. I mean, I've
Regardless
already.
of... Sorry,
Oh,
continue.
oh no, 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 no. Go ahead, go ahead. I interrupted you.
Regardless of what happens in Berez, whatever place in the mountains Agenvas mentioned, sounds like it's worth an investigation.
Of course.
It brings the question. If he is the Lord of the Land, what or who crowned him king?
Well, I mean, if you want to be technical about it, I would assume that it goes back long in terms of bloodline lineage. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Barovia was once part of a larger kingdom, an empire, really. But looking at Barovia doesn't really strike me as much. It's more secluded.
Hope looks over to you, Gray. Please tell me my words make sense to you.
They do.
In any event, while we're making our way, Dagon would kind of like to, let me take a look. Hmm. Nah. Dagon's just gonna whistle a little tune. A little hymnal. And see my soul, my Lord comes to me. Anum et grace, anum et praise.
So, I would like everyone to roll survival.
Oh,
A general direction
boy.
of where you want to go, but other than that, you're not entirely sure.
West.
May I argue advantage based on my knowledge of the topography?
I would
I
allow
rolled
that.
that one. We go back the way we came.
Bile's still in bed. Hasn't woken up yet.
Oh no!
19.
19. Okay. Self-guidance.
I'll do a normal. 8.
Should have given yourself guidance.
Eh.
I mean, yeah.
I'm good for now.
8! Let's see what that roll would have been like with guidance.
9!
And then this is for the Chogmeister.
Oh, that's right, we didn't have Choggy go for it.
10.
10!
An 8!
I know
8
where
and-
we're going.
An 8,
Where are
a
we
9,
going?
a
Grave
10, and a natural 1. I love Wiley switching back to the processor on fire.
We have fun here.
Okay. Vial ends up at Castle Ravenloft. Okay, so at this juncture, hold on, I have to think about this. Sorry.
Oh, Gucci.
All right, so as the morning rolls around, you make your way to the south. You notice that Argynvost is kind of set up on a hill at the top of a valley, which beneath you can kind of see some semblance of a river. Gray, you in particular, you do notice that you do notice the town of Berez or some ruins of it, and you look around to kind of alert your companions, and you notice that there is no one nearby, and that it is very misty right now.
Oh, here we go. Where'd you all go? He'll kind of start calling out.
Go
Here.
ahead and everyone roll me a perception check, other than Gray.
This time I will slap guidance on myself.
Ten.
Okay.
Perception. 11.
Way to
So,
one up me.
We're getting there. We're getting there. There we go.
14 with the guidance. Yay.
Okay. Hold on. Note that down. Hope very easily you can hear Gray kind of calling out to you. Move towards the sound. Kind of taking a cue from the direction, you eventually find yourself face to face once more with Gray, though at this juncture, Dagon, you also were able to hear it, but you don't have quite a clear grasp. I'd like you and Fael to both please roll me a survival to see if you can kind of make your way back to them.
May I guidance on myself again?
Sure. Fael is
Anyone?
fine.
Oh boy, survival. Wow.
Does Choggy need to roll as well?
Choggy does need to roll.
I have a 7 in total.
Choggy has an 8.
Oh no. Oh no.
Alright, Fael, you do manage to eventually find your way back to Gray and Hope, but as you both kind of wait to see if anyone else shows up, no one does. Dagon and Choggy are still MIA.
I'm going to attempt something. I am going to tie my holy symbol to Kago. I'm going to cast light on it and just send him straight up. Cat turn to Hope. Hopefully they'll find that.
Okay. Now, can you cast light on an actual
Yes, you
living
can.
creature?
No, that's why I'm doing it on the holy symbol, not Kago itself.
Right,
Oh.
gotcha. Alright. Both Dagon and Choggy, roll me survival one more time.
Weapon guidance.
16 for Choggy.
Hey. 13 and 16.
Okay. So, as you all just kind of wait after Kago kind of seeing as a bit of a beacon, Dagon, you approach, no problem. You find your way back. You all wait a minute to see if Choggy kind of returns, and you do notice that Choggy does eventually make their way out of the mist to rejoin the group, almost colliding into you, Fael. He goes, "Oh, I saw the light. I brought a friend." And you hear kind of following up behind him as you see a ravenous ghoul appear from the mist. Starts charging your group. What do you do?
You said we're near like a cliff?
Yeah.
I'd like to just fucking do like a whole like trip maneuver to just fucking send him off the cliff.
Can I aid in this?
Matador it.
Yeah.
Wait. I have something to add on, but it has to happen when the ghoul falls off.
So if you want to aid in this, you have to tell me how and what you're doing.
Wait, mere file.
You.
Oh, mine was gonna be a comedy bit. For when
No,
it's falling off.
if you want to actually aid in, you have to. If you want to give him advantage, you have to tell me why.
Okay. Well, if it's charging us, is the light still going on?
It's way up in the air.
I would like to kind of motion to Gray quickly to be like, bring Kago down with the light source, and he is going to hold a thaumaturgy to brighten the fuck out of that light even further.
Okay, is that what you're going with?
Yeah, kind of to see if we can get the ghoul's eyes to, go blinded by the light.
Okay.
Could I use Mage Hand to trip him? It's 10 pounds of weight force.
I could say with a check, you can attempt it. So, this is going to happen. This is how this is going to go down. First of all, Gray, you're gonna roll straight because unfortunately Kago is a little too far
Okay.
and it's not gonna get there in time. And Fael, I would like you to go ahead and make me a. What would this be? An Arcana or Athletics of your choice for the hand. Hope contemplates the cliff.
What am I rolling?
You are going to roll a. I'm gonna say an acrobatics or athletics of your choice.
Well, I mean, it's as obvious on that
Listen,
one.
Fuck, it didn't matter. No. That one.
18.
Yeah, get him.
Alright. Let's see what he rolls.
Oh, thank God! I thought that
Okay.
for some reason my brain just immediately thought, "Oh no, Gray, not on that one," and then I'm like, "Wait, that's not Gray."
So you go first, File. You go and push your hand out to try and trip this thing up, but it just kind of bounces off the side. Actually, you know what happens is you kind of go to push the creature's leg and trip him up, but what happens is you push too hard and the mage hand instead pushes off some flesh and it goes forward as the ghoul continues going, kind of like you scraped off some snow.
Gross.
Yeah. Disgusting.
As this thing and Gray, as this thing is just kind of charging wildly, you pull out your old Bugs Bunny training and you just sidestep the dude as he starts tumbling down the hill as you trip him up. He goes,
Drop toe hold.
Wait, CG. Question.
you can do it, but I will warn you in advance that I can't do it personally.
Thaumaturging the goofy scream off of this thing.
Ah,
God, nobody can really.
and you see it just kind of crumble, and what kind of remaining flesh was on this creature begins to. It was obviously not keeping it well together. It just kind of like crumbles and decays and falls apart as it hits the ground. There's just kind of this human scrap pile at the bottom.
As Kaga comes back down and Gray dispels the light, he just kind of gestures over to where he can see Perez. Shall we?
Let's.
And he'll put his holy symbol back on.
And as you gesture to the rest of the party, you get a good look through the mists of the upcoming ruins of Perez.
What the fuck is that? What the hell is that? That's
What
some
is
green
that?
glowy shit. I don't like that. What the hell is that?
What is that?
What
the hell is that? What is this shit?
Ah, shit. I feel like I'm playing Warcraft 3 against undead.
And I think at this juncture, we'll go ahead and we'll take a break.
Ooh.
Oh, I don't. Oh, and
I like
the music
music.
got spicy.
I love the exotic melodies. Drink your legs, stretch water,
Drink water.
consume liquif.
Ew.
Consume liquad.
Consume
Bequeath.
LaCroix, if that is...
Absorb liquif. That's what Citric would say.
God damn.
I hate it.
I hate it.
Absorb
but also,
bequeath.
God damn it, Citric. I miss him.
Well, to be fair, he says liquid, but he typoed it.
I miss that guy. Anyway,
But he's back.
The Return of the King!
I see that duck over there. I will also be right back.
I did not mean to do that. Hold on. That was the wrong one, too. I'm very dumb. Oh. Okay. Okay. There we go. So, how's everyone doing, chat? That's cool, JMP. Glad to have you with us. I see that you took someone through this already, so I'm curious how your party handled this particular location. Never got here, huh? Hmm. Oh, the things I want to say about this place. Oh, so they almost walked in. Okay. That's fair.
I am return.
Hello. That's the funny thing, JP. Our group has gone into the castle once, but not for very long, actually.
Yeah. Hotel Ravenloft was pretty brief.
God. I'm not doing an Adam Sandler voice for Strahd. I will destroy you.
I'm back. Hello.
Hey, we just been grooving.
I went out into the other room, and my dog was standing by the back door, like, outside time, please. Then I came back from taking him outside and went to give him his treat. And I like to... Nugget is capable of catching his treats, like if I toss him up in the air, and so I did that. But instead, this time, he let the treat hit him in the face. It fell on the floor, and it's like a little, like, cylinder thing. Like a little, like, pellet. And it hit him in the face, it hit the floor, and then it rolled underneath the stove.
Backfired.
Yeah. Just like, what are we gonna do now, idiot? Now he's trying to come in. Nugget! Oh, change your mind? In or out? Okay. Out it is, I guess. I'm ready. I'm excited.
Hello. I'm glad you're excited. I'm Dad.
Hello, Dad. You finally came home after all this time.
The local gas station didn't have the smokes that I wanted.
Damn it.
Did you at least get the milk?
Sure did. Hands you a gallon of cheese.
I am loving this music.
I'm glad.
I'm excited. I've been looking forward to coming to Perez for a bit.
I have in my notes, Perez, Warcraft 3 Undead Base. Must build more ziggurats.
Must construct additional pipelines.
I have in my notes, what the hell is that?
Now I think we're just waiting on J Frost to return.
Stamky J Frost.
Diablo music. Actually, I'm not sure if this is because I do know that I looked at Diablo, but I'm not sure if this is actually something I pulled for from Diablo. I remember.
I could see Act 2, honestly.
Yeah, Act 2 is where I think this would pull from, if from anywhere. But
And again, I don't remember Act 2 music being this dark and menacing. Act 2 was just all desert and beetles and worms. Ugh. Hated those beetles.
those beetles sucked.
Ugh.
See, I know that you're talking about like Diablo 2, but I'm kind of. It actually sounds like Act 2, but in Diablo 3.
Yeah, more revived, more refined.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it wasn't really refined, but it definitely used this kind of music where it was also a lot more like energetic, whereas Act 2 in Diablo 2 is very slow music, not very
Hmm.
very active.
It's been so long since I played 3.
And back.
Welcome back.
Hello.
I'm low.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah? Chew. So we're all here, yes?
Yepper.
Okay.
Indeed.
Pull up my notes for this area and we'll get back into it. So as you approach the town of Berez, there's a lot that grabs you immediately. You can see that the wildlife has been overgrown, left untamed. Obviously, the river nearby having flooded it substantially. Solid ground seems to be in short supply, and the rather humid location seems to have attracted all sorts of numerous insects and annoyances. Looking out from here, you can see even parts of the land are deep within the water. Tall buildings, almost, whereas the previous room you were just in, Argynvost, was something kind of left to its own device, like a wall that was crumbling. Instead, it seems more like the buildings here are rotted and in a state of active decay as opposed to a long-standing one. Most notably is sitting in the dead center of town appears to be a small building of some sorts on top of what looks like tree roots. It's hard to tell from here.
I would like to use Keigo vision to, first of all, scout for any movement.
Okay.
Deception. Kya! 10! Thanks, dice, for clacking together in the fucking corner like that. That was awesome.
Oof.
It's still pretty misty out from before, and as you send Keigo out, Keigo unfortunately can't seem to get above it for some reason, and eventually you consider it kind of a fruitless effort, seeing little more than fog, and eventually you just recall Keiko back to you.
Mm-hmm. Do we see whatever the fuck this is?
You do see nothing of the sort, actually. It seems to be barren and obscure.
Cool.
You would have to walk further in to get a better idea.
Gray kind of points at the house. Presumably this being what you were referring to. How much you want to bet that's at least related to where we're going?
Depends. How much coin you're willing to bet.
We're really gonna place bets on something that clearly looks as sinister as that does?
I mean, Barovia is full of surprises, Gray.
Man of the cloth and a gambler.
This is the first time I'm actually taking a gamble.
All
You know,
right,
barring our other adventures.
Alright, Diggin. Why not? I'll bet you a platinum that's what we're looking for. Or at least
I don't-
somewhat related.
You know I don't have a platinum piece on me, right?
Unfortunate. And I'll kind of like slap Dagon on the chest slightly and just kind of start walking forward.
Okay. You know what? I got something for you, Gray. I want the first step he takes forward to immediately reverberate and echo as a massive fart.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Okay. As you take your first step forward, you hear. I can't do it. My lips are too dry. Hey, nah. Let the DM take.
There you go. And then all the ghouls wake up. Roll initiative.
Oh shit! Oh shit, this was not part of the plan!
You don't hear anything else for a hot minute, but you do hear, like, the sound of birds being disturbed off in the distance. There's like a kind of like a stillness as you wait to see if there's any repercussions from what you've done. Nothing. The mist is, well, it's not even mist at this point. It could accurately be described as fog. It's rolling over the lands in front of you. What do you do?
The plan is to approach whatever that center building is, unless anything else catches our eye.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll a perception check. 'Cause I'm
Oh.
going to roll something.
Oh
All of us?
boy.
Yes.
What?
Natural 20.
What a-
Heaven or hell?
What the hell's with my
Guidance
rolls
on myself
tonight?
for this.
You took my bad luck, my guy.
I think I've had it all night.
I'm pretty sure you haven't rolled above a 10, Fael.
I've rolled like 5 ones tonight.
That would be a 22.
24
Okay.
on a natural 20. And then Choggy got a 12.
Alright.
24.
I just thought of something funnier than 23.
So,
24.
okay. As you're proceeding through the swamp, the water and muck gets deeper and deeper. Going forward, going forward while you are in the town of Perez, everyone has difficult terrain set upon them. Your movement is halved. Except for Choggy, who is used to this kind of environment. And is in fact thriving substantially. How do you want to try to fix that? Because there are a few different ways you might be able to, but this is different from the situation with the lake, I will say that.
Good question.
Would swim speed help?
Swim speed will not help.
Oh no.
I'm going to say water walk isn't really going to help too much either. The issue is not water, even though it is flooded. The issue is mud.
Mood.
I guess it does say mud. All right.
Oh.
Alrighty, let's see.
And it is up to 10 creatures.
Lava.
Yep.
Eh!
Oh. Everyone is Jesus.
As we start T-posing and sliding across the mud.
My name is Mud.
Mashmouth somewhere off in the distance singing somebody.
Alright, so. Casting Water Walk, the movement is relieved a bit. For 1 hour. Okay. Sorry, just doing a little reading. Anyways, as you are kind of traversing through the muck, you find it a lot lighter with the aid of Hope's ability. You all kind of look around, and as you do, those who rolled above a 20, which is technically it was anyone above a 15, but there's really only heaven or hell here. You can notice in the depths of the fog, humanoid figures. They don't seem to be moving, they just seem to be standing in place, existing. But the shadows that they cast within the roiling mist do catch you off guard. You see them, don't you, Gray?
I do. Gray's just gonna slowly put his hand on his weapon.
Let me see something. Survival, I guess. Easy enough. There's a significant rock, just kind of like the perfect skipping rock, is kind of sitting there, jutting out of the muck. See if you can skip it towards one of them, but far enough as to not show our direction.
I will sort of do that. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to give the rock to Kago. I'm going to have Kago fly the rock over in that general area and drop it about 30 feet to the left of it.
Okay. So just give me a quick athletics check on that.
Okay. Using my stats or Keiko's stats?
Okay, goes.
Well, this is going to go down from a +7 to a -3. So,
It's not a hard check, I'll say that.
okay.
Just
So
roll
I'm
a
gonna
check.
roll. I'm gonna make this a bit easier on myself. I'm gonna roll flat d20 and minus the 3 from it. Natural one.
Keiko go flop.
A lot of ones tonight.
Yeah!
That's like my
So-
3rd or 4th tonight. Yeah.
What the fuck is going on with this fucking game?
Burning the bad luck. Save it
So
for-
that, for the record, that is a -2.
Keiko goes plop in the water.
Maybe the lowest roll we've had in this game.
Yes, I believe so.
Oh, I love this
Bless
game.
you, Hawks, and your -3 strength.
Which is weird considering how fucking terrifying they are.
Hey man, they're fast, not strong.
So
Point.
here's what happens. So Kago goes to pick up the rock to drop it off. And as Kago does, they fly about 5 feet before you notice that their altitude starts to descend. And doing their best to continue orders, Kago just starts slowly descending until they gently dip beneath the water and stop. You wait for a second until poof, they pop out of the water and they just look around and then fly back to you without the rock.
Oh. Guess we got there eventually.
Do you feel more clever now?
I throw
That's
hope.
a- Honestly, I thought that was a pretty damn good idea. Kind of, ah shit, I don't have prestidigitation. I can't help clean Keiko off.
That's okay. I can just... Keigo will just, like, disappear for a second and then reappear and it's completely clean. As I can despawn him and summon him in a moment.
Hey!
So now what?
So presume there was no movement from what happened then?
There was no movement. The humanoid figure stands still as it was.
Oh god, they're just re-deads.
He's just
You said
standing there.
humanoid?
Mm-hmm. They may be like me.
Can we make out any of the finer details of this figure?
Unfortunately, no. Not even with those high perception checks.
Let me try one more thing.
No means.
And Keigo is once again with Keigo. I'm going to Keigo Vision and I'm gonna have Keigo get about 10 feet above where this thing is standing and just approach until I can figure out what it's until I can make out its finer details.
Okay. You did notice that a bunch of birds flew off, but they were off in the distance, like way off in the distance, when the fart sound was made. So, as I think they call it a scarecrow, as you kind of send Kago out, you do notice as you get closer and closer that the humanoid figure does indeed appear to be like a stuffed man full of raven feathers and straw, kind of hanging on a pole.
Did you say raven feathers?
Yes.
Oddly specific.
Good to know.
Extremely specific.
It's a scarecrow stuffed with raven feathers. Do you all remember what Godfrey said? The creatures that attacked the manor were humanoid and that they walked strangely. Wouldn't be the first. I doubt
A
this-
warning.
I bet that the scarecrow, and presumably more, and Gray kind of like looks around the field. I bet you that they're being controlled. Like the blights that we saw back at the winery.
Magical puppeteering.
Let's take a wide berth from the scarecrows. If there are
Of
more.
course. And if we happen to come across them, and Dagan kind of holds up his hand, and for a quick second he'll kind of light his hand and then extinguish it.
I think we should save that if and when a fight breaks out. Let's see if we can avoid one.
Lead the way?
Gray will lead the way and take like a wide berth, probably off to like the left, and
Okay.
try to avoid this scarecrow and any others that we may spot.
All right. As you kind of veer off to the left, you travel on for maybe another minute before you see another humanoid figure in the mist.
There's more.
You can see that you do have, if you want to avoid this one, you do see that there is a path to your left and a path to your right. The path to the left takes you into deep water. The path to the right seems to take you towards some structure that you can't really make out.
Well, we can walk on the water, so I'm gonna... I don't know what is inside the structure, but I know that we can avoid walking in the water itself, so I'm gonna vote left.
Solid
I
logic.
agree.
Crypt Keeper is typing.
Indeed. What could he be typing?
Shaking eyes. Eyes emoji.
I need an adult.
I guess left then.
I am an adult.
Going left. As you proceed deeper into the marshland, closer to the river, your feet eventually leave muds and stand upon water. It's almost like a small inlet part of the river here as you keep going and walking. It is at this point that the buzzing around you starts to intensify. As a swarm of insects begins to harass each and every one of you, little by little.
I would assume. Wait, hold on. Question:
Yes.
Would they really be harassing Choggy or steering clear of him?
Free food.
They're harassing everyone. This does include Choggy.
I would like to think Choggy's just like snapping off, going, free lunch. Blah.
Ooh, a piece of candy.
Literally.
Piece of candy.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
He strikes with his tongue.
Does the Yoshi sound?
Alright.
But if nothing else happens, we continue.
Does a 13 hit Choggy?
No, it does not. That's however menacing.
The swarm of insects taking umbrage at being eaten begin to bite and sting at Choggy, and as they do,
Con save.
they're going to also take attacks on each of you.
Aw, heck.
So this is for Gray. It's 20 to hit you, Gray.
Wow. Yeah, actually, that will hit.
Okay.
This is why I hate Act 2.
You keep slapping them as you kind of get each one of them, but one you notice is just kind of gets right up on the exposed flesh around your collar. You're going to take, wow, 10 piercing damage.
Holy shit.
Jesus. Those are some bugs there you got
Are we
there.
dealing with murder hornets?
Jesus.
Video game bugs. Fucking.
This is going up against Fael. That is a 8 to hit. Absolutely not. This is going up against Hope, which I'm rolling just to laugh at these poor guys now. So that's a 22 to hit you, Hope. And then, last but not least, is Dagon. Dagon, that is a 15 to hit you.
Does not hit.
Okay. They harass and they buzz around, but for the most part, the only one who seems really bothered by them are Gray, who unfortunately gets one stuck in his armor and
Oh.
very aggressively trying to get out.
Ugh. Oh, that's disgusting.
Squish it.
Fuck. I will squish it with my back.
Exactly.
Flex on him.
And you continue forwards, despite the stinging.
Anybody got any, like, ointment? As Gray's kind of like rubbing the one spot on his neck.
Can we roll for topical cream?
If you'd like to roll medicine, you can.
You know what? Fuck it, I will.
I will
even-
also.
I'm not even proficient in
No,
this
don't
shit.
let Fael.
I am. Never mind. I'm burning all my bad luck. It's fine.
I have a...
I was
I have
scared
a 10.
of Fael getting another nat one and just karate chopping me in the fucking throat.
pushes you into more insects. Ah!
I'm not used to swamp. I'm used to forest.
I know what helped. More bugs!
Block
A
out
large
the pain!
flux of bees.
What's this? A pig?
Oh.
Good evening. What is the nature of your medical emergency? Okay.
On a scale
So-
of 1 to 10, how would you rate your pain?
So, all of you are just kind of helping Dagon get, like, looking over Dagon's armor and all the injuries.
Wait.
Fael,
no.
Dagon, you're just like,
Gray, but yes.
I don't know where to
You
start
mean
with this one.
gray. You mean gray.
Fael, Dagon, you don't know where to start with the medicine check that you rolled.
I don't know, maybe slap mud on it?
Hope, you just kind of walk up and look at the bites. There doesn't seem to be anything amazing about it. You feel like this is just temporary pain and it'll be fine, it'll go away. No sign of any poisons or anything. We'll say that. I think they say, would you like me to kiss it better?
Don't even have lips.
Oh god.
Hope opens a metal mouth.
I hate that, actually. That's
Basically
actually worse.
Dagon thinks, I wonder what you would look like with lips. Immediately ponders.
Gray stares into the abyss,
Here,
and the abyss
let me-
stares back.
I think I can answer this for you, actually, Dagon. Hope it opens up their mouth. There is a mouth with no teeth or anything. It looks like Pac-Man. You think for a second, Hope with lips would look like Ms. Pac-Man.
Oh no.
By the way, quick question for you, Gray. Does a 22 hit Choggy?
That does.
Okay.
Oh no.
As you watch while this is going on and you have kind of stopped for a second, Choggy, who was holding back, watches as a enormous snake, almost the size of him, almost the size of you, lurches out and bites into him.
Okay.
Oh god.
Oh no.
So, here's the fun part, though. Choggy is going to take 7 piercing damage, and he is not going to make a Constitution saving throw. But he is, however, going to make the snake roll a Constitution saving throw.
Get fucked, snake!
So what is his skin DC?
12.
Okay, so the snake is poisoned.
Oh, the irony of it all!
Oh, get fucked!
Call a
Choggy
cleric.
turns to the snake and goes,
It's funny.
Go you.
Well, cleric. Not
Dagon,
for me.
Yeah.
25.
Oh.
That hit.
we should get out of this water.
Yeah, hauling ass.
Oh, jeez. Oh, wait, I'm rolling the wrong dice. No, that is the right dice. 8 piercing damage. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
I move out of the tall grass where wild animals will attack.
10?
Okay. So 8 piercing damage plus
Oh no.
11 poison damage. And you see that the giant snake kind of, after biting onto you, and you just kind of whack it off with the poison kind of going through you, proceeds back under the murky water, along with the other one that bit Choggy.
Oh, it's going back underneath the water?
Yes.
Great, it's
Attack of
taking an attack.
opportunity.
Okay. Attack. By the way, if Choggy would like to attack, I will allow it.
Yeah, sure. Choggy will try to poke it.
You have Warcaster?
12?
Yeah, that is, do you have Warcaster?
Yes, I do.
That
Neat.
is an 11 for Choggy.
So those both hit. Roll damage.
Nice.
Oh,
Get
neat.
hecked. Snack. Heck the snack.
7. Ignore the 4.
Wow! Oh. Double natural one!
Get fucked.
I guess you rolled snake eyes.
Fuck you! God damn it, Wiley.
Let me see. Let me bring up the
You
file
deserve
sheet
that
real
shit,
quick.
bro.
File. Let me pull up your sheet real quick. And let's put a little mark in the inspiration box. There you go.
Oh, fuck! Okay, above game. That's funny as fuck, and I gotta commend you both for that. In game, well, partially in game, go fuck yourself.
So,
This is some oh
Dagon,
shit.
you take your shot. You only get a little bit of the snake's tail. Gray, Chalky, you carve up a huge gash in it, but it still manages to peter off. And Gray, this is as you're paying attention to everything going on,
Fuck
you
off.
see another one attempts to bite you, just emerging from the water, even as you're kind of getting away. Like, as you are all just at this moment realizing all of the life in this river, you make your way to the edge, and as you're about to step out, one attempts to grab your foot with another bite, but I do not believe that an 18 will hit you.
That is my armor class. You know what? Fuck the snake. I'm a use shield.
Okay, shielding the snake as
Fuck the snake.
as the armor of your spell kind of bounces off, and it just kind of sinks its fangs into magical ether and just pops off, kind of like a lamprey that didn't find purchase.
I would like to attack it as it retreats back into the water.
Oh, this ought to be good. Go to hit.
26.
Roll damage.
And you know what? Just to be that much more spiteful, I can do Warcaster. So I'm gonna throw Booming Blade on top of this.
Oh, jeez.
Fuck this guy. Oh wait.
Welcome.
Ignore that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that much.
That's 20. This snake, it's almost like you slash it and nothing really happens, and the snake tries to slither away, and it disappears into the murky deep. And then 2 seconds later, like a depth charge, poof! And then a snake just rises to the surface.
Little bastard.
You're telling me, fuck these things. Immediately downing 2 healing potions.
Eh.
So, can I roll 2 healing potions?
Sure.
Thank you.
You're really good down 2 for a snake bite?
That poison actually fucked him up pretty hard.
Yeah,
I'm
it
not gonna
actually-
lie.
Okay.
So it's
Do you have to-
2d4 plus 2?
2d4 plus 2 for normal healing pots. That between the poison and the bite, he took almost 20 damage.
Yep.
Damn. Alright.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Not a great time. So 6 and 7, that is... What's 6 and 7 again? 11?
13.
12, 13?
Wait. If you're close to me, you have my aura for saving throws.
That's right!
Oh, that's true.
So that
In
would've
10
been,
feet.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Too
it
late,
was a
though.
while ago, and we didn't realize it, so I'm gonna say he still takes the damage.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I'll take it.
For future reference, anyway.
Yeah, that's 13, so...
Anyways, you're feeling a lot better after downing those 2 potions, but...
Hope you have more of those.
I got one more. And healing word. Man, fuck these things.
Let's would I know if being more sneaky would help with these animals attacking us? Because I imagine we are just sloshing around carelessly.
I'll go ahead and roll. Go ahead and just roll a general wisdom.
Oh god.
Be wise, Willie. Be wise.
Been a while since I rolled. Just a stat.
It wasn't.
Oh.
It wasn't a high check because it was just a stat. You get the feeling that while you are walking on top of the water, you are still making noise and you're still making waves. It's very difficult for you to adequately stealth around.
That's valid.
Fair.
Should probably just dash out of here then.
You're already out of there.
Ah,
Like, you're no longer on the water.
it's cold and wet and gets all over the place.
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Sir, just file.
I'll just say... I was going to say anyone. Jeez.
Fuck me.
Can
That's
the
a
rest of us
5.
go roll? Perception.
So you had a bad day.
Are you fucking kidding me? Thanks, Wiley.
We're having a bad day.
Gray, save us.
Nope.
Choggy, save us.
Choggy, come on, no!
16.
Yay, Choggy! Hey, Choggy
So-
broke the curse. Oh, fuck.
Having kind of skedaddled out of the water as quickly as you did, you're making your way towards the weird thing in the center of town, and you kind of took a detour to a damaged building. Hope and Choggy, you both hear eh.
I've been wondering what that was. I thought you were doing a bit.
No.
You mean that's not Peter Griffin? Benji. Wait.
Wait a minute.
Choggy will perceive. You guys hear that?
Get what?
My name's Choggy Gabagoo.
You look over and you see what looks like a goat pen. There's about... hold on, let me check. 9 goats currently penned in around this immediate area.
That is I.
Gray, remind me, isn't this town supposed to be abandoned?
Gray kind of looks over at the goats. Supposed to be. Scarecrows don't fare well either. My guess is whatever's in the center building is probably a residence of some sort to whoever is doing this.
Goats don't cage themselves either.
Everyone be on your guard. And Gray at this point is going to straight up draw his sword.
Okay. You are...
Should I not draw my glowy ass sword?
Maybe hold
Are
off
we
on that for a bit.
Not just sagely.
How about you do us a ping though as we get a bit closer, if that's okay.
Are we within 60 feet of that building?
No, you're still a ways out. Probably about 300 feet at this point.
Okay. Are we 60 feet within one of those scarecrows?
I would say yes.
Then I will ping it.
There appears to be one about 45 feet away from this distance. You detect nothing.
CG,
I sense nothing.
I would
Yeah,
like to
that's-
determine if any of the scarecrows have moved.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Natural one!
You're kidding me! What the fuck?
One is indeed a very lonely number.
Oh, fuck!
Bring it back home!
We are number 1. Hey!
Uh-oh. I hear stupid requests.
Jesus fucking Christ! We better be rolling natural 20s by the next episode, or we're gonna
I don't know what
riot.
the fuck we're about to fight, but yeah, we better we better be brought back from the brink after this bullshit.
Bro, what even is this fucking game?
I wish I would have been keeping count. I think that's my 5th tonight.
We will go. Okay, listen. If anyone out there exists, please create a ping chart for all the natural ones we roll throughout this campaign, so we can make a literal blooper reel.
You heard him, folks. If you exist, make him something. Can the robot with no understanding of humanity somehow make an animal handling check to determine the demeanor of said goats? Sure.
Bro, what even is D&D? What even?
Ooh,
It wanted that nat 1.
It
It
wanted
wanted it.
Oh.
16. I guess trying to incite the goats to a certain degree, but they seem fed, content, a little jittery, but that's about it.
Fed and content, huh?
We're currently munching on grass that they're in the pen they're in.
Did say he couldn't remember how the attackers looked like.
Correct. They do not seem frightened. I don't know how to say this. Don't scare the goats. That is all.
How many goats are there?
There are 9.
9?
Ooh.
Now, is it like a pen, like just like a fence that seals them into an area, or is it like one of those like covered, like almost like stables?
Good question.
It's a very, very tall pen. Like an actual pen.
Okay.
Here's something weird about it, though.
Oh yeah, besides the fact that it's there.
Mm-hmm. There is no door to it.
That is strange.
That is strange.
I have a weird feeling about those goats.
Feeling that tells you to stay away from them as well.
No.
Should I talk to them? They're either dangerous or they are people.
I don't like the idea of messing with somebody else's goats.
Then you feel the same way, then.
Fear and concern are what I'm feeling. This place is creepy.
Let's just move very carefully.
How many buildings can you see? Including the strange building thing in the center of town, there appear to be about 10 buildings that seem to have survived the test of time, as well as it appears to be large ruins of like some kind of a chapel or maybe an official's building up on a bit of a hill at the south end of town. What's the plan? Looking at Gray.
The longer we're out here, the stranger things get and the more danger we put ourselves in. I say let's just head for the building and see what we're dealing with.
When we approach, I want to check something. Okay, so real quick, the building in the center of town is still quite a ways away from the pen. Or are you referring to the building that it is currently nestled in? Okay. Hope wants to approach the pens.
How far are we from the pens?
Mm-hmm.
You are probably about 15 feet, I would say.
Oh, and I didn't get anything from the ping.
No, you did not. 15 as a guesstimate. Close enough to kind of figure out what's going on with the pens. But you haven't actually interacted with them yet. Detect magic.
I will disable water walk.
No,
Wait,
water
no,
walk
water
is
walk
not a
is-
concentration.
Yeah, never mind. Ignore me.
1 hour.
Yeah, otherwise all of these guidances would have gotten to it first.
Yeah, I was thinking of shape water.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. So, hold on, I need to look up something real quick.
Oh god, he's consulting his notes.
Oh no.
Yeah, god.
I'll do you rare goats.
We are the men who stare at goats.
You were cast detect magic. You don't actually sense anything from these goats. You don't sense anything from the pen around you either. What you do get a sense of is something you didn't notice, neither of you really paid attention to, is at the corner of one of the pens, is what looks like a humanoid skull that has transmutation magic kind of laced upon it.
Don't like that.
Nope.
Most notably, this transmutation magic is exceptionally weak. Okay, dispel magic. You cast the spell and zoom, that feeling of thaumaturgy on the skull just kind of dissipates.
What did you do?
I think it was the same spell that made you make that strange noise.
Are there any more skulls?
Seems to just be the one. Now that you're kind of looking out for it, you notice that there's just kind of one sitting off on the opposite corner from where you all are.
And that was the one that Hope dispelled?
Yes.
Okay.
Shall we continue while I can still see things?
Let's go.
I agree.
Okay.
Moving on.
So, just for clarity, you are all leaving the pen area and headed towards the house, or...
Yes. Approaching. That... Fuck.
Okay.
I would like to divine sense when we get in range of that thing.
Alright. Okay. As you begin to approach, much like with the goats before you, you begin to hear animal noises. But this time it's significantly louder and more distressed. As you walk up close to this building, it appears to be some kind of small hut on top of what looks like a tree. Okay, question. The goats did not make any noise. You are currently about 100 feet out at this point, so you do not sense anything. I have a feeling. There are no goats over there.
Gray is gonna just kind of get down a bit lower and sword in hand, kind of tighten his grip and keep moving forward.
Okay. Getting closer in range, and you can hear loud squawking noises, which I will not do because I respect the people in this house who might be sleeping. Getting closer, you can see what appear to be cages dangling from poles outside this hut. Two cages, almost uncomfortably stuffed to the brim, with what look like ravens inside.
How high are the cages off the ground from where we are?
They are not on the ground, or not off the ground, I mean. They're currently resting on the poles themselves. You are at this juncture because you just spotted this about 60 feet out.
Continuing. I think probably now approaching the cages themselves.
Okay. Get closer, and the squawking becomes really loud. Clearly, these birds are having a time. As you get closer, your detect magic goes off. You detect abjuration from these two cages.
Divine sense.
Okay.
As we are close
Fine.
enough.
Divine sense goes off. You sense nothing.
Still nothing.
I don't like this.
They aren't undead. Or fiendish.
We should free them.
Abjuration.
Above game. I don't know what this, I don't know how to ask what I'm wanting to know.
Hold on. I put a bunch of things in the way. 1 second. If you try to free them, you will likely set off whatever is on the cages.
I guess is that whatever spell is on them is keeping it locked rather than a trap.
Fael,
Shall I hear what they have to say? I am translating.
please do. Right, 1 second.
Squawk, 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 squawk. Caw, caw.
Gray is just gonna kind of keep a lookout for any movement.
Okay. So give me a second because I have to think this up.
Oh boy.
No worries.
All good.
I don't expect you to have a personality for every animal we encounter.
Yeah. So, this is a bit strange and odd for you, because you are familiar with the last time that you spoke with a raven. It was eloquent, even spoke in rhyme. These ones that are in distress, uh, they do take notice of you as you approach. And they all start screaming the same thing. Witch! 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 Witch!
I'm not a witch. Stop it.
Wait, what?
They're all saying witch. I don't know if they think I'm a witch, or if there is a witch. Can I
Immediately.
insight the birds?
Hey, Gray.
Yes, Dagon.
You remember when we dealt with those hags?
How could I forget?
I think we're standing on ground zero for hag. Something bigger than a 3-hag coven.
Gray is just watching the house for movement as Dagon says that. I'm gonna... While Fael is talking with the birds, I'm gonna send Kago a bit further, a bit closer, to see what I see.
Alright.
Dagon, do me a favor.
How can I help?
Can you work your holy magic on Kago? And what I'm asking is, can you give Kago guidance, as I would like to have Kago go under the guise of stealth?
Sure, yeah. Bring Kegel down to me and I'll give them a little bit of an
He would be like on my shoulder.
Alright. Immediately kind of do like the in nomine patre ifriti spiritusia disantea kind of hand sign and just immediately poke Kegel on the forehead and go, in the name of the Lord, our Savior, Amulet, go in his light. Poke!
May I roll that stealth check, CG?
You may.
Stealth for Kago, which at this juncture would be plus 3 in guidance.
Okay.
Fuck!
You fucking kidding me!
Mm.
Alright. Well, guidance.
Oh!
A whole 6.
A whole 6, you said?
Mm-hmm.
So anybody got Roll20's headquarters phone number? I'd like to file a complaint. I'd like to speak to the
Hey, man.
manager.
It wasn't in that one.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Roll20 really wants to stop fucking me tonight, though. That'd be great.
Be nice if, there we go.
Bro, what are you gonna
yeah.
do today?
Okay. Alright then. Here we go.
Oh boy.
So you send Kago into... Where are you sending Kago exactly?
My plan was, I can see that, like, on the side, there's, like, at least one window. I was just gonna have him, like, go up to a point where I could see, just kind of, like, fluttering a bit low, and just see if I could peek through the windows. Through a window, any window. Probably whichever one's closest.
Okay. You go in and you peek through a window. And first thing that you notice is as you get close, you hear a baby cry coming from inside.
Okay.
You look around and you see objects, strange, weird, a chest on the floor, a bottle of some kind of liquid, a strangely smoking container.
Do I see a dragon skull?
You do not see a dragon skull.
Okay.
One moment.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
What is Kago's AC?
Oh,
13.
You watch as a burst of fire comes through the window, but with a apparently catching them off guard. You see the attack just in time for Kago to just kind of duck out of the way and fly off and return to you. At this moment, as Kago comes back to you and you get a kind of a good vision of something. First of all, do you have any reaction to this, Gray?
Immediately. Are we in like taller grass?
You're basically standing in muck. You're basically in mud around this place. I'm just gonna say that there's almost no place for you to hide. You can try to hide in the muck, but it's gonna be a hard sell.
Yeah. Especially with my stealth, smile, stares, and disadvantage. Gray will just kind of turn to the others. Everybody ready? We're doing this.
I cast aid before we fight. On who wants fucking overheal?
I'm damaged. I wouldn't mind it.
Gray, Hope, only 3.
I'm gonna vote Dagon. Dagon squishy.
And
he's
I was
also
thinking
injured.
Dagon or Choggy, because I don't know. Oh, that's true. Yeah, then Dagon. Choggy will be up front, so I can just heal him anyway. So y'all get your maximum hit point and current hit points go up by 5
CJ.
for 8 hours.
Yeah.
CJ.
Yes, Gray?
I am going to smoke bomb. Right on top
Fog
of us.
cloud.
Bless
Okay.
you, level 1 wizard.
All right. Smoke cloud goes up.
My god. That was just a delayed fart.
So as you all get the sense that you've been spotted, something is wrong, Gray, you instinctively throw up a smoke cloud as you watch the door to this cabin open up. Because there's now smoke in your way, I need you to roll a perception check.
All of us.
Yes.
Oh boy.
19.
7.
I'm gonna guidance this one.
Alright.
Perception.
Oh,
18.
About that guidance.
No guidance?
No, you can keep the guidance, but before you roll your guidance, I'm also going to need you to roll a stealth check because of the fog cloud.
Well then, I'm using the guidance for that!
Yeah, so I wanted to hedge you off before you used it on that.
All of us roll stealth?
You all need to roll stealth. Ordinarily it would be a disadvantage, but with the fog cloud, it does even out.
You know what?
That's interesting.
CG, can I actually do something else?
What?
We got a 19.
I don't want to burn the guidance. I want to burn a second level spell slot.
What do you want to do?
Wish to go invisible.
Okay, invisible.
Visible.
My question, I'm gonna roll now, but do people who don't have disadvantage, would they get advantage because of the fog cloud?
No, because the current location that you guys are in, this terrible swamp with no cover,
Fair enough.
automatically gave you disadvantage. The smoke cloud is neutralizing that.
Fair enough. Alright, I'm gonna roll Choggy's first because I'm scared about mine.
What do you need me to do as well, CG?
You're invisible, so
18 from Choggy. From Gray.
ordinarily, I say with the combination of standing on top of the mud in the fog cloud and also going invisible, you still need to roll stealth, but it's an advantage. You've essentially neutralized the with the water walk and the invisible, specifically and the invisible, I want to point out.
Okay.
You have neutralized the disadvantage, so you can go and roll advantage.
Okie dokie.
That's a 7 for me.
Okay.
Wow!
Oh.
So, can I ask a favor?
A divine one?
If you have an ability that you can use here, then by all means.
Magical guidance.
Okay, reroll the d20.
Yep. So, I'll mark myself off on a...
12's better.
know- Better than nothing!
Unfortunately, that is a group failure.
Oh, no.
Okay, so opening up the door, you see an old woman walk out. And as you do, a few things start to click in your mind. Remembering way back, talk about an old witch, Mardikov's.
Oh, fuck, that's right!
As you see walking out of the hut, Baba Lysaga.
Oh, the Mardikovs, they told us about this!
And as you do, she walks outside and she notices the fog cloud. She sees the shapes in the fog cloud. And she goes, You will not take my child! And that is where we're going to end the session tonight.
Oh
Well.
boy.
And for a world of hurt.
I totally forgot the Mardikovs told us about Baba Lysaga.
You might also
Oh.
remember that they gave you several dire warnings.
I don't remember shit.
I was waiting for someone to connect Lysaga and Perez. Waiting, and no one did.
To be fair, our brains have kind of been fried after all those fucking nat ones and the fact that we're just dealing with, hey, we don't want to die.
I just have shit notes. Like, I have places and people. I don't have a way to connect them easily without just searching
God, I
every time.
Baba Lysaga. Hold on, I need to search this in my freaking notes. That's probably like back in
That's
like the.
right.
She's aligned with Strahd, but without him
No.
knowing.
The last
Yeah.
gem of the Mardikovs is here.
Oh.
That too, yes.
Fuck. Oh, yeah.
So,
Oh, we're in big doo-doo.
look forward to 2 weeks from now when everyone's gonna roll initiative.
And
Well,
for the
shit.
love of God, roll 20. Hopefully we roll better than we did tonight.
Roll 20, I will fucking find your source
I'm
code
more
and
than
I
a
will
little
beat the
annoyed,
crap.
TBH.
Bro, oh fuck, this is bad. Game over, man. Game over.
Session 27. The last gem is in the city of Berez, alongside Strahd's closest ally, who is an enthusiastic fan. A witch, Baba Lysaga.
Who's basically like his
That
mama.
was so long ago, dude.
Oh, that's not good.
Hey man, we were
Meanwhile,
gonna
I'm
get to
sitting
her
here-
eventually.
I'm sitting here with my cup of water, holding it like a glass of wine as a supervillain would.
Here, listen here, you little shit. Oh, this is not good. Oh, this is not good. Not good at all.
Before we wrap, how far is she from our group?
At this point, hold on. Let me check the map. Okay, so you are all about 30 feet from her. I will let you know in advance that the map will be different. It is currently not set up like that.
Oh.
So just a fair warning that
no worries.
while you are now currently 30 feet away, be prepared for that not to line up when we get to combat.
Fair enough.
Oh.
Oh
Bro,
boy.
I'm not looking forward to this.
We were gonna get to her eventually.
Mm-hmm.
We just happened to forget.
What's up?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Funny how that works out.
funny how that works out.
We've done all the side quests. Now we're actually doing the bosses.
Hey man, this is gonna be good though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Question is, how many of us are gonna die before we take her down? My guess is 2.
We'll find out.
Just don't get one shot. Just don't get outright killed.
I will try my best, Wiley. I will absolutely try my best.
Listen, we have 2 healers, alright? We can play the long game.
So, with that foreboding encounter set off for the future, how about we go ahead and we'll do outros?
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna be mean. I'ma start. Hello. You can find me nowhere because I don't much care for social media. You can, however, find me every Sunday over on this channel, actually, for War of the Shattered Sun, Xylia Regalia Tarts campaign.
Yes.
Actually, should probably turn off music while we do outros. You can also find me over on Burnout Vaughn's channel for Saved by the Spell, a Strixhaven campaign, which I believe we are on this week. Yes?
Yep.
All right. But other than that, that's me. I'm going to toss it on over to Wiley because I rhyme.
Wowee. Alright.
Zowie.
You can find me at X Wiley Willie on Twitter and Twitch, where I may or may not be streaming Zelda for a while until my hard drive gets fixed because I'm lazy and I don't want to reset everything on a secondary hard drive. I have a YouTube channel where I put my music on, so at least I didn't lose that. And that's all I can think of right now. Go, J Frost.
Wait, what? Ow! Fuck! Hi. You can find me here at twitch.tv/jfrost747, where this week, as stated lovely before by our wonderful DM, we do have Saved by the Spell this Saturday. You might be able to also catch us sometime either tomorrow or Friday doing a little bit more streaming. We've been having fun with some Minecraft and also doing some Borderlands as well as some other stuff, but it's a toss up in the air. We'll see what happens. Other than that, turtles.
Hello, that is I. It is I, Twitch's fluffiest pastry connoisseur, the Farting Tart. You can find me here at twitch.tv/Farting Tart, where tomorrow we're going to be continuing our Mega Moyomon Fire Red Nuzlocke. You like anime girls? Because all the Pokemon in the game have been turned into anime girls. It's actually a very solid mod. There have been some quality of life changes, updated generations, a bit of extra challenge from trainers and gym leaders. It's actually a very solid ROM. But we're going to be continuing that tomorrow, and I am a bit excited. I've done a bit of grinding, so now our party is all, I believe, at around the 21 range, except for our dear Magikarp, who we will finally see what waifu Gyarados looks like. So, yeah, that's gonna be tomorrow. I'm gonna pass it to Haza. Hi, I'm Haza. You can find me at twitch.tv/Haza is my name. Yeah. I do Binding of Isaac or something because I'm a nerd. Sen. One moment, chat. We are suffering from technical difficulties.
Hello. I can be found in a week at the convention I help run.
Alright. But with that, I think we
hold
should...
on.
Oh.
Hold on.
Where I will be handling the same question over and over for 72 hours.
Neat.
Pray for my soul.
And with that... Wait, there's more.
No, there isn't.
Oh. Well, with
Debated.
that... Yeah. With that, I say we go raid Burnout Vaughn as the Chota personality crew is in the middle of some deep dookie as they are in their third session of straight combat.
Yeesh.
Boy, that's not good.
They are in the middle of a dungeon crawl and it is a combat-filled slog. So,
Is it the same combat?
technically, yeah.
Oh no.
Technically.
Jeez.
Yeah. So,
Yeesh.
go show them some love. Let them know who sent you. We will be back in 2 weeks where we're going to fight Swamp Grandma. She's going to tell us to get out of her swamp. Fucking raid message. Baba Lysaga is pissed. So yeah, but
Baba Lasaga's pissed.
Baba Lysaga is pissed. But go. We will be back in 2 weeks, and remember, as always, Black Lives Matter, Trans Lives Matter, Asian or stop Asian hate. There are like so many fucking things now. Uh, support for Ukraine. Keep your hands off Roe, or I will kick you in the dick.
Can we add one tonight?
Yeah, fucking God.
Mhm.
I don't even like. God. It's fucking frustrating, man.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Prayers for the families affected by the shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the raid went through. Shit.
No, I couldn't do